Hello again, my name is Gabe Zolna. This is the 20th of February 2018. One of my friends from Chicago sent me a rather informative video. You want to take a look at this. This was put up by High Impact Flicks. He posted it on the 18th of February 2018. It's titled, Startling Things They Planned for You in Wake of the Florida Event. When I got it, it had 41,283 views. Well, it needs to have a whole lot more. There's an awful lot of very valuable information in this video. You want to go take a look at Operation Northwood. Now that was put together in 1962 by the Joint Chief of Staffs out of the Pentagon and other government agencies. And what's terrifying is what they had planned to do. They had planned to kill Americans, to blow up an American ship, blow up an American plane. This isn't anything new. What they did in 1962, that never really came about, but the plans are in place. You can Google that information. You can do searches on Operation Northwood, 1962. Fast forward, 9/11, 2001. What that was a hybrid event. They took it to the next step, killing American citizens. You've heard me talk, if you've watched my videos, about the Gulf of Tonkin incident. That too was a false flag. It isn't any different than what happened in Pearl Harbor. We knew that was going to happen. Our government baited Japan. They could have saved those soldiers, those airmen, those Navy personnel by alerting them, but they didn't. You know why they didn't? The same reason that George H. Bush got on the pile of rubble at 9/11. I hear you, to unite the American people so they'll go along with the insanity that those leaders brought about. There's some interesting little tidbits in that video as well, where an eyewitness says they were shooting through the door. So she was inside her classroom if someone was on the other side shooting through the door. She has no idea who was shooting through the door, because she didn't look. Obviously she's not going to open the door to look. It could have been a boogeyman shooting, or it could have been mercenaries, which is what I believe they were. I made videos and I talked about the surveillance cameras. They were by either one of the entrances, and then we see that they were removed. We were also told by Alex Jones that there were surveillance cameras inside the stairwells. Did those surveillance videos disappear the same way that all of the videos on any surrounding building near 9/11, the Pentagon, they also disappeared? They were rounded up by our government. Did you know that? Not only didn't the cameras work at the Pentagon except for one, but all of the buildings anywhere near that had surveillance cameras, those videos were also gathered up. What about the Murray building? You know, the takedown of the Murray building? What about the bombs that they had found that weren't detonated yet? Do you really believe that a truck filled with fertilizer could tear the entire front off of a huge building? Folks, you really need to wake up. These are all false flags. They're all designed to take away our Second Amendment rights. They're talking about being able to round up people and institutionalizing them based on what they believe might be wrong with someone. You know why they can do that? Because of the senator from Arizona, John McCain, and Carl Levin from Michigan. They put together the National Defense Authorization Act, which allows the president to do exactly that to anyone that he chooses to do it to. Now, that National Defense Authorization Act might not be used by President Trump, but it sure as hell would be used by a whacked out Democrat. Could you imagine someone like Nancy Pelosi having that power? Folks, you really need to watch this video. And you need to do your own research. And you need to wake up and realize that our government has, for countless years, been screwing you, been screwing me, been skewering future generations. They're power crazy, and they're not going to stop. We don't have a George Washington. If we had a George Washington, this shit would be all over. I'm tired of being screwed over. I'm tired of hearing that these high-level people, like Andrew McCabe, when they retire with a $1.8 million pension. What do you think Nancy Pelosi has in her pension? What do you think Chucky Schumer has in his pension? What do you think Paul Ryan has in his pension? Absolutely insane. They're government flunkies that work for us, and they screw us every single day of the week. You think not? You're not thinking. Go Google. Do your own research. Let me know what you come up with. Watch this video. There's a whole lot in there that you need to wake up about. You need to send this along to your like-minded friends. They've got the heat turned up high. Remember the old story about the frog? If he knew if the water was hot, he would have jumped out of it. But they do it slowly, and they have been doing it slowly. And most of us are oblivious to being in the pot, which is exactly where we are. Watch the video. Pass it along to your like-minded friends. Repost this video in all of your social media accounts. We need to wake up. We need to take our country back. Thanks for listening.